What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Hope, and today's video is going to be all about Playlist Live Orlando specifically, but like all of the Playlist Live events in general. A bunch of you have been asking me questions about it and asking for advice on certain things, so I figured I would just sit down and make a video about it, so then everyone and anyone who has any questions will be able to watch it and hopefully have your questions answered. From the start, like I said, buying the tickets, you go on the Playlist Live website, which will be linked in the description below. You go to the Orlando or whatever event it ends up being, because they do have other events other than just Orlando, and it'll say somewhere on the drop down bar, buy tickets. You go there, you pick which one you want, and you buy it. After that, one of the biggest things is reserving meetups. So you don't get to reserve meetups right as you buy your tickets. Playlist will announce what day meetups will open, and on that day at a certain time, it's usually a Saturday at like 10 a.m. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that that's what it is. But you go on, you'll enter your order number, so make sure that you keep your order number. You'll enter that, and then you will enter the, I want to say the order number and then the email and like that you purchased the tickets with. And probably like a couple days before like the meetups open, they'll release the meetup groups. So like, for example, the one time Sam and Colby and them were meetup 8 or something like that. So it was Sam and Colby, Elton, Gabe, and dang Matt Smith. So like, it'll show you who's all in them and everything. Like, all of the information will be on the Playlist website. But then whenever the meetups open, you go on, you pick which meetup group you want. You get one for each day of the event, so you get 2 meetups altogether. You'll pick which one and then you hit confirm, and that's it. It's as easy as that. Now, my best tip to make sure you get the one that you want is make sure you are on the website at exactly the time that the meetups open. Every single time that I have gotten them, I am sitting here with my laptop and with my phone ready to go. So then like, if one of them don't load, I can use the other one. Just make sure you're on at the time that they go live, because if you aren't, chances are the meetup will fill up before you can pick it, because they do go pretty fast depending on who you want to see. So then I got a lot of questions regarding prices of everything also. It all depends on your choices. There's no way of me sitting here being like, oh, it'll cost you $230. Like, there's no way of figuring that out, because that's completely up to you. It depends on what kind of ticket you get. It depends on where you stay. Like, if you stay in the Playlist hotel, it's a lot more expensive. If you stayed in an Airbnb, it's a lot cheaper sometimes, depending on like what you get, obviously. But it depends on if you want to fly there, if you're going to take a bus, if you're going to drive. It's all up to you guys how much it ends up being. I always try to find a way to make it the cheapest. So for me, it ends up not being too expensive at all, because I always make sure that I get my ticket with a coupon code, because Playlist does coupon codes literally like every day. So I have never paid full price for a Playlist Live ticket. And then for like hotels or Airbnbs, places to stay and whatnot, I always go with a big group of friends and we split it evenly between everyone, so then it's not that expensive. There's 8 of us staying in one hotel room for Playlist Orlando this year. So altogether it's gonna be, I wanna say $163 per person, just so you guys can get like a roundabout amount of how much it is. But staying at the hotel is super, super expensive. So if you're looking for something cheaper, I definitely suggest looking on Airbnb and all of that. Now, travel, obviously flying for some people is going to be more expensive. Flying for some people is going to be cheaper. Again, that's up to you guys. I always recommend, depending on where you live, taking a bus. I loved taking a bus across the country to California. It was one of the coolest experiences ever, so that was awesome. But I also really recommend just driving if you can, because I like being in control, and I like knowing when I'm going to get to this place and being able to stop whenever I want and everything. So if you can drive and if you're willing to drive, I drive 16 hours every time, so it's rough, but it's worth it. I love that. And like road tripping with some of your best friends is honestly one of the best feelings ever. So like it's a great time. And then, oh, people always also ask, how do I save up for it? If you have a job, take money out of your paycheck, put it in a jar, and don't touch it. Just leave it there. And then you'll save up a ton of money. Like, if you take $50 out of every paycheck, it'll add up very quick. Like, you will be able to make it happen if you do that. And then if you don't have a job, I don't know what to tell you other than ask your family to help you, I guess, because I know a lot of you guys are younger, so ask for the trip for your birthday, for Christmas, for something, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my best tip for that. Just take money out of paychecks and put it literally in a jar somewhere so you won't touch it. Now for the event itself, whenever you get there and everything, got a lot of questions about what registration is and how that goes and everything. You'll see giant signs that say registration. You get in line. They'll ask you for your last name, I think. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but they'll ask you for something. They might ask you for your confirmation, like just make sure that you have your email pulled up with the confirmation or your ID or something to prove that you have a ticket. And then they will go grab your ticket for you, give it to you. It's as easy as that. There's no need to stress about it. It's literally the easiest thing ever. It is a little hectic sometimes and like can be very overwhelming. So like I said before, I always suggest going with a big group of friends, because then you'll have like people with you at all times, whether like some of you guys split off to go do something else and some of you guys go do something else, like you'll always be with someone that you know. So it's always very comforting and definitely helps out a lot. Another thing, don't freak out over like trying to plan out your day and like being like, oh, I need to go to this panel at this time and this Q&A at this time. Like, just go with the flow. Look at what's going on. Pick the ones that you absolutely cannot miss. Like, you won't miss it for the world. Like, pick those ones and add those to your schedule so then you know for sure. But other than that, just go with the flow. I learned that from the first VidCon, is to not stress about it, because it's not going to work out the way that you want it to most of the time. So definitely just kind of go with it. Now for getting close seats for the panels and Q&As and all of that that you want to go to, make sure you get there early. I don't care how little you are, I don't care how young you are. If you are not there early, you don't just deserve to have front row. The people who go early and sit there for a while are the ones who deserve to have front row. You earn your spot. So please keep that in mind. And if it's just standing room, don't try to push through people. That's so rude and inconsiderate. If you get a spot and it's just stand there. Don't try to fight your way to the front, because you're just gonna piss off everyone around you. Another thing, during the event itself, make sure you hydrate. And I'm being very hypocritical whenever I say this, but make sure you eat also. I usually end up not eating like all day, and then whenever I get back to my room at the end of the night, I'm like dying of starvation. So just make sure that you guys eat and drink throughout the day. Don't take after me. Learn from my mistakes, but be safe, be healthy. That's very important, especially in Orlando with the heat. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We don't want anyone passing out or throwing up. No. My main thing though is just have fun. That's it. Just have fun with the event. Don't stress over anything. Just enjoy your time there. If you're sad because one of your favorite creators didn't go or something like that, oh well, you're gonna be there with a ton of your friends, with a ton of other creators. It is such a fun and like welcoming environment. Like anytime I go to these events, I just feel like at home. It's like my happy place, because everyone is so just not judgmental. No one is going to like cause problems. It's just a very nice, fun event. So please keep it that way. Like, don't cause problems with anyone. Don't start drama. Don't start fights. Enjoy the event. Enjoy your time with your friends. Enjoy your little break from life and just have fun. That's the main thing, is just have fun. I can't think of any other advice. That's mainly it. Most information, any questions you have will be on the Playlist Live website. Once again, it'll be linked in the description below. I'll also link Airbnb and then booking.com because those are the websites I use the most for these trips. So I'll link those down below also if you guys want to check those out. If you use my code on Airbnb, you can get a certain amount of money off of your stay. So please do that. It helps me out a lot. That's kind of it. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. But once again, most questions can be answered on the Playlist Live website. I don't know what creators are going except for the ones who were announced. A lot of people keep asking me, do you know if this person's going or that person's going? No, I don't. I have no idea. Just look at the Playlist Live website. They have all the creators there, and look at their Twitter because they do creator announcements on there. So yeah, that is kind of it for this video. Once again, if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me on all of my social media in the description below. And yeah, that's it. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye. Also, like, shout out to Dart for this amazing freaking lighting, because she came through and got me a like actual professional ring light for my birthday / Christmas. So like, shout out to you. You a real one. I love you to death, Dart. You're my OG. You're my best friend. I fucking love you with all of my heart. And then I also, if you noticed that the quality improved of the video itself, I got myself a professional camera now too. And I have a MacBook to edit on. So my editing is gonna get better too. I'm a professional YouTuber now. Just kidding, no I'm not.